Hello. So since you all loved my last video where I showed you my favorite cheap German recipes, I'm going to do another one. So today we are going to cook 3 meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And these are all recipes that are either from my grandma or from my mother-in-law. And over the years, I kind of twisted them maybe a little bit, but they are basically recipes I grew up with in Germany. I know that a lot of recipe influencers here, I go with you through the grocery store. And if you want, I can do a video where I go through an Aldi or a Lidl here and show my German perspective on the supermarkets here. Let me know in the comments if you would love that. But yeah, since we already have everything here and I don't want to do a fake grocery haul, I just gonna go ahead and cook. And I'm going to blend in what the ingredients cost. And it should all be under $3 for the whole day for an adult person. But before we start cooking, I wanted to ask you a quick question because I have my grandma's recipe book here. It's a handwritten book, and I was thinking about like scanning her recipes in, translating them, and then making an ebook PDF out of it. Would you be interested in something like that? If yes, put it in the comments and I'm going to work on it. And for me, it would be so great to keep her memory alive through sharing her recipes. So let me know in the comments, and let me know in the comments what you think about today's recipes. If you have some cool German recipes you still remember, or if you have recipes you remember from your childhood. I always love to try new recipes from different cultural backgrounds. It's a Sunday morning, and Sundays in this household always mean pancake day. I don't know, it's just a ritual, a tradition. I think we already did this when I was a child, and I don't know, I somehow just transferred this into my family. When you hear the word pancakes, maybe you think, oh yeah, I know pancakes, like I do pancakes all the time. But here in the US, where I live right now, pancakes are different. Here they are very thick and stacked upon each other, like, you know, with the maple syrup and everything. And we do pancakes a little bit different. It's a very, very easy recipe. These pancakes are one of the easiest and cheapest recipes I know. And honestly, you only need a bowl, a scale, and a few basic ingredients to make them. I like to mix half white flour and a half whole wheat flour. That way the taste stays nice and soft, but it's just a little bit healthier and more filling. Yeah, once everything is in the bowl, just whisk it all together until you get a smooth batter. Nothing fancy, no special equipment. You could also just use a kitchen appliance, but sometimes I just like to whisk it by hand. Then when everything is stirred together, heat up a pan, add a little bit of oil and pour in your batter and let it cook until it's golden, then flip it. And if you're feeling confident, you can try this super cool flip, but it definitely takes a bit of practice and maybe some German genetics, I don't know. What I really love about this recipe is that there's no sugar in the batter itself. I usually add sugar and cinnamon on top, but you can also go in a completely different direction. They taste amazing with applesauce or even something savory. But you can put something savory on it like cheese or vegetables or mushrooms, and you can just roll them up like a wrap, which makes them super practical. And the best part, they are perfect for the next day. Just pop them in the microwave for about 30 seconds and they taste like they are fresh out of the pan. But for today, I'm going to do my cinnamon sugar mixture. It's super easy to make and tastes great on everything that has something to do with pancakes or apples. Now it's already lunchtime, and after we had the pancakes for breakfast, we are going to make mashed potatoes with creamy spinach and a Spiegelei. Maybe you've heard of a Spiegelei. I'm going to show you exactly what it is. Of course, there are potatoes involved because I rarely have a day in this household where we don't eat potatoes. If you don't like mashed potatoes, you can only boil the potatoes, or you can do rice or pasta as a side. It's up to you. And if you want, you can always cook more so that you're able to meal prep a little bit so that you can pack your lunch and save even more money when you take your own lunch boxes to work instead of going out to eat. I sometimes can't wrap my head around people going out to eat at work every single day for $20 because you could easily buy I don't know, 3 days worth of food for your whole family for $20, but it's up to you. If you want, just double the amounts and then you're good to go for the next days and have already some delicious, nutritious and cheap meals prepped for the week. Mashed potatoes, creamy spinach, and a fried egg on top. This is peak German simplicity. For the mashed potatoes, I just boil them until they're soft. I use my Thermomix, which is a steamer, but you can also just boil them in a pot. It doesn't really make a difference. I don't peel them because there are so many nutrients in the peel, and honestly, I'm just too lazy and I don't have the time to peel them. It tastes good anyways. So once they're soft, mash them with a bit of butter, milk, salt, and nutmeg. Nutmeg is very important here. And I'm using my Thermomix again, but you could also just mash it by hand or just put it in another mixer. You don't really need a Thermomix for this. Afterwards, I'm doing the creamy spinach. I usually go for frozen spinach and heat it up in my, it's kind of a bechamel sauce, like butter, flour, and milk, and it gets really, really creamy. Then afterwards, I season it a little bit and make this little creamy sauce out of it. You can just use frozen spinach. I like it because it's very convenient and it doesn't go bad. And then I add some sour cream on top and season it a little bit with salt and pepper and nutmeg again. And then comes the fried egg. I know that some people like it with the sunny side on top or with a liquid egg yolk and everything. I don't like that personally. I need it cooked through, but you do you. The best part is mixing everything together on the plate. It doesn't look very aesthetic at all, but it tastes amazing. Next recipe is going to be Hühnernudelsuppe. My kids love it and I loved it as a kid too. I'm not eating it anymore because there's chicken in it and I'm a vegetarian, but my kids love it. I'm going to blend in here a picture of the canned food, which I've been eating as a kid a lot. I know that I have a lot of viewers from the US, but if you've been born and raised in Germany, you probably know this canned meal from Erasco or Maggi. Maybe you're wondering why I'm wearing a blazer in the kitchen. I just got home from a networking event and my kids are coming home in an hour, so I need to hurry up and I needed something fast and cheap and easy. So I would say, yeah, let's start right away. This is my go-to recipe for an easy weeknight dinner. I always start the soup by sauteing some onions together with the chicken in the pot first. It gives everything a slightly smoky, deeper flavor right from the beginning. And it smells already amazing at this point. Chicken noodle soup is one of those meals that just makes everything feel okay again. And yeah, once the onions are soft and the chicken is a little bit fried, I add some seasoning and a little bit broth. Nothing fancy, but that's exactly the point. It doesn't have to be fancy, and simple sometimes tastes better. Then I add some vegetables. You can just use frozen vegetables, but you could also use fresh carrots or broccoli, whatever you have at hand, and let everything simmer until the flavors come together. Then we're going to add the pasta and some water. You need approximately 2 liters because the pasta will soak a lot of the liquid. And yeah, you can basically let it simmer on the stove for maybe 20 minutes. And what I love about this recipe is that it's almost impossible to mess up. It doesn't really matter what kind of vegetables you put in, it always tastes good. It's super cheap and super healthy, especially when you use frozen vegetables. I actually learned that when I was an adult, that frozen foods often contain more vitamins than the fresh produce. So maybe consider using frozen vegetables a little bit more because they are often cheaper anyways. And we use Maggi with it. I know that Maggi is not really the healthiest alternative, but it's just, I don't know, childhood memories and a little bit taste of home. Okay, that was it with our recipes today. I hope you enjoyed today's video and you're going to cook some of my grandma's recipes. As I already said in the beginning, I already uploaded another video where I show some recipes from my grandma. And next week, I'm going to upload my favorite bread recipes because my German great-grandfather owned a German bakery and I still have some bread recipes from him, which I'm doing here a lot in the US because I can't eat the bread here. I'm sorry, my US people, but the bread here is just not eatable for me. So if you're interested in those bread recipes or just in general in our frugal German minimalistic lifestyle here in the US, then please subscribe to this channel. And yes, we will see each other in the next video.